Get pissed off seeing this right here, baby.
Oh. Well, that's probably not the only thing Paul's talking about that he's pissed off about tonight. Welcome to the AFC East by NAFCo. Today we're sponsored by West PA Systems. Go to westpasystems.com, your 21st century built electrical contractor, as well as NAFCo.org and AFCEast.org. Check both those places out, and perryfilm.com as well. So today we might as well get going right into it. We lots to talk about. It's the divisional round weekend here. We had one participant from our division within the within things. So, and I'd like to introduce as well. We have Paul Garretson and Jeff Carey, myself, Perry Langill, here with you tonight, here Monday night, the January 24th. What's up? Who wants to go first? What
Paul, it's your part. Paul, it's your party, man.
I know it's my party.
Paul's pity party.
Paul's pity party. Oh my God! Well, you want to start on the game?
You could have played. You could have, Perry. You should have had the "It's my party, I can cry if I want to" going on.
Oh, we should have.
Oh man, that'd have been good.
Wow. Damn, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I forgot my intro.
I think we should go to the games, divisional games, as they went on, and then we'll go and finish up on Buffalo.
So, all right.
Okay. Sure. Before we get.
Wow.
Let's AFC East, sort of ex-AFC East quarterback Tannehill lost, baby.
They were ranked. They were the number one seed, man.
Number one seed.
And Henry was a factor. He was not. I mean, he ran a touchdown. Okay, that's great, but it didn't work out.
Yeah,
I can tell you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, Henry, and I was saying this to you, Jeff, before the show. Henry really was bombing through that whole thing. I just saw a weird notification on my system. That's why I stared off there. But I'll say this real quick though. Henry was just trying to bomb through that line, and eventually Cincinnati could just snuff that out because they just weren't really relying on the passing game. Anything crucial, it seemed like if it was really 6 yards or less and it was crucial, they were going with Henry one way or the other.
Well, 1916. I mean, it's not a big offensive thing going on there. So their offense is, I mean, the new NFL's offense. Don't you agree?
Yep.
Yes.
So, I mean, their offense was terrible. It just grind. It's a grind game. I mean, that's what I see.
I got 3 takes out of this game. 3 takes. I can't remember if Henry played last week. I remember he was out for a few weeks, and we were talking, is he going to be back in time for the playoffs? I think he's maybe still hurt. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't watch the game. Possibly he was hurt, but he was their best offensive weapon all year long. Tannehill played decent at times, but obviously being the number one seed doesn't guarantee you're moving on to the championship round. Other side of the ball, Joe Burrow came off injury last year and did what he had to do. I know it came down to a field goal, but he did what he had to do. Being the 4th seed, he knocked off the 1 seed. And he was on the road. And winning quarterbacks just have that thing inside of them that makes them winners. And Tannehill is still not a winner. So,
Jeff,
yeah, Dolphin fans are loving this, actually.
Jeff, do you think that the quarterback wins these playoff games versus any other player?
How many did Brady win?
Too many.
Is the quarterback important?
I'm just saying the quarterback. I mean, who was the better quarterback, Tannehill or Burrow? On this,
the one who won the game.
Okay, it's Burrow then. That's the best quarterback then. So
the one who won the game.
I'm building up to the end of the playoff weekend.
You have to have a quarterback. You have to have a quarterback to win the NFL.
Yeah, you do. So Tannehill's like, I don't know, he's pretty good, but not Burrow, right?
He lost the game.
He lost the game. Yes, he
Burrow's
did.
Burrow's a better quarterback. I agree.
When you got if your offensive coordinator is calling running plays on 2nd and 6, 3rd and 6 instead of throwing the ball, that's not a whole lot of confidence in your quarterback. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I might have a little bit of bitter towards Tannehill, but I don't think the only one that was a Dolphin fan who felt the same way.
Okay. Well, Cincinnati and Tennessee.
So I wish I went and bought a Bengals hat tonight because for some reason now I'm a Bengals fan because.
Okay, you were a Dolphins fan, then you were a Dallas fan, now you are a Bengals fan. What the hell?
I was a Bills fan last night. I was a Bills fan last night and last week.
Okay.
I got to keep it in the AFC. I've got to keep it the AFC, first of all. And
So at
the
least
Chiefs
you're staying in the conference. I see.
right, and the Chiefs already won a Super Bowl.
Oh,
And I'd love to see a new guy come up and take it. Do I think it's going to happen? We'll talk about it in the picks. But
one second. I'll be there for a second. Hold on.
Okay.
What was your call on the game, Perry? Besides the Henry thing,
I predicted Tennessee to win. I did not see this happening. I thought that with their experience, they've been on the. They haven't really playoff games on the road historically either. That I didn't think Cincinnati was going to actually take this. Also, being 4-1, they were the least likely to win out of the conference. Out of this conference's playoff bracket side.
Here's my thing: why they won. They had so much momentum going into this game after winning last week in Cincinnati. Momentum in sports is huge, and your confidence level going into a game. If you just won and you feed off your fans. This is another reason the Dolphins suck because we don't have fans in the stands. Cincinnati was packed out, black and orange stripes, won a game. They love their quarterback. There's no quarterback controversy going on in Cincinnati. They love their pick. That dude was sky high yesterday. Do what I can do. He only scored 19 points, but
he got wrecked last year, didn't he?
He blew his knee out. He blew his knee out before the Dolphin game. A little funny thing I read. You guys might have read it too. The kicker for Cincinnati, when it came down for the field goal for the game-winning field goal, this is confidence. This is what confidence does. The kicker walked up to Burrow and said, I guess we're going to the AFC Championship. Went out and bombed a 52-yarder. That's confidence right there. That's positive talk. That's how you build a team. That's how you get encouragement from your teammates. A kicker talking to his quarterback. You got us this far. I'm going to finish this game off for you, bud. That's confidence. Instead of all the bickering that goes amongst, and other teams and shit,
You know the wild card weekend. There were blowouts and stuff like that, and
there were blowouts.
It was.
But this week everything's close. And that's weird. Well, that's when the best teams thrive and live.
So really, you're right though. But really, the story of the week is the field goals to win it. And that's what happened here as well. Cincinnati field goal, end of the fourth quarter's time expires. So it was an exciting end to that game, which I will say what was convenient too to catch all these for me. I'll say this was the NFL Game Pass, and not that we're sponsored by them, but just it was kind of interesting to be able to watch 30-minute cuts of all four games. Made it so I could in about 2 hours, a little over 2 hours, cover the entire thing.
Well,
it was nifty, and it's a product the NFL themselves is putting out there.
Paul talked last week about how kickers need to be paid more money.
Why not? Because they're the
You know
winners.
what I'm saying?
They're the winners.
They're the
I mean,
winners, but they also lose. How many times have you seen losing kicks, like a chance to win and miss it?
Well, let me tell you a story real quick. Sorry about telling the story, but I'm going to tell you a story real quick. Adam Vinatieri. Famous. Adam Vinatieri.
Yes, I'm fond of him.
You're fond of him, yes.
Perry loves him. Perry loves Vinatieri.
Yeah.
So
I some childhood memories.
I was actually physically at the snow game at Indianapolis and Buffalo Bills game. I was there in the stadium. Now I saw him do his warm up, and he was nailing it in the snow game where it's awful. And we're talking about 40 inches of snow, literally 40 inches of snow hit that stadium during game time. So, and he was missing it. And I was watching him do it. And then, you know what came down to it? At the end of the game, it was like, I don't know, a minute left in the game. And he was there and he was kicking it and he was trying it. And what? He missed it. So, I mean, Bills won.
Paul, didn't you guys lost a couple games in Super Bowls to a kicker?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, short memory. It's okay.
I don't know what you're talking about. I wasn't born.
So has FSU left, right. Like, okay, guys. Like, kickers. No one likes the kicker until he wins the game. It's hilarious.
I know what you're talking about. Anyway, good deal. Okay, next
Paul,
game.
Can you bring down your headroom real quick? Can you just bring your camera down? You got a lot of headroom. Thanks, man. Thank you. Perfect. All right. So next game? Let's just go to the next game. San Francisco, 6th seed. This was Saturday night's game. So we start off Saturday afternoon, Saturday night. San Francisco, 6th seed at Green Bay, 1st seed. Upset again. Field goals time expires. 13-10. San Francisco wins. They're the last seed. Still be surviving in the NFC. That's crazy. The 6th seed is now.
That's crazy.
Yes. Crazy. So they're now in the.
Because I think we all picked Rodgers to win this game. Did we not?
We did, but San Francisco basically ran their wheels off. I mean, they've actually. I didn't think they had the juice left in them. I mean, they literally got in this playoffs beaten up, and somehow they pulled it off and they did what they did, and that's pretty cool. Well,
Perry's happy because Garoppolo kind of showed the Patriots what he had. I think. I don't know.
Wasn't Garoppolo dating hookers?
Really? I don't know.
Porno stars. Okay, yeah, porno star. He was.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, it was one of the Playboy. She had done a Playboy shoot.
Yeah.
Playboy's even porn these days.
Yeah, that's not,
There's too much stuff on the internet. Rule 34,
the whole story on this game was Rodgers could be his last game in Green Bay.
What, going to Denver? Where's he going?
But he hasn't said anything. He's mummed to the issue right now. Last I've heard, nothing.
He plays pretty good golf, though, doesn't he?
I saw a great meme. You heard that, Perry? We knew that he didn't have a shot because he didn't get the first shot.
What was the meme?
He didn't have a shot at this game because he never got the first shot.
Oh God, that's
great meme.
Yeah, that's like a friggin' red skeleton one-liner.
You know what? He's been a distraction. He's been a distraction since the preseason for his team. Well, I'm not coming back. I'm not doing this, but now I'm going to play.
You're the most valuable player of NFL last year and a quarterback, so he deserves what he deserves. I mean, that's what it is. He's an asshole. I'm sure he hates everybody in his locker room. So, but I'm just saying, I mean, he's got a future of, I don't know what. What do you think his future is? I don't know if he's going to go and play football next year. You guys?
Well, I can't predict what somebody does. Yeah, I can't predict what he wants to do. But
nobody
that's
can. We don't have a crystal ball or an insight into his mental state. But
that's embarrassing. Getting beat as the number 1 seed against the 6th seed, who came from California to your home stadium, and he didn't get shellacked. He wasn't shellacked. It wasn't shellacking, but you still lost the game. You lost the game.
And it was a tundra game too. It was that tundra Lambeau Field, as they say. It really was truly that the home field advantage. Green Bay cold like that. There was just frost. That grass was frost. Basically became just frost, frozen mud muck by the end of the game.
13-10. 13-10. Tell me, really,
permafrost.
Any offense? Is that any offense there? No. 13-10.
Yeah. And Rodgers supposed to be his MVP quarterback.
Yeah.
It's tough to play on that field, but that's where their bread and butter is playing on that field. So that
exactly.
Yeah, that's not so hot. Yeah, but I see Rodgers playing for a warm weather team. He's bitched about the cold weather of Green Bay in the last offseason. One of his complaints out of many. He's had it with that front office. The front office, I think, has had it with him. They already have a first-round draft pick set aside in Jordan Love. They might just want to get that out, and it gets them out of the cap space problem. Here's the thing. They're already $4.5 million over their cap space going into this offseason without doing anything. And then they have Davante Adams. They're planning to franchise tag him. But
where'd you find that info out?
Adam Schefter.
All right. Okay.
So the thing is that you have so Adam Schefter, I'll give credit to. He said this. So they're $4.5 million too deep. So the thing is that then you have if you get rid of Rodgers, that really fixes a whole bunch of their cap space, and then that would enable them to franchise tag Davante Adams to at least get him one more year, and then basically you go from there. But pretty much. I mean, they're still going to have some troubles here this offseason with the cap space.
Do you think
they're
Rodgers
in one of those years?
Do you think Rodgers is motivated to even go after a Super Bowl run again? I mean, he did great.
I think so. But with another franchise.
I mean, he had a good record, but
is he a Hall of Famer? Really?
No, he is a Hall of Famer, but he's kind of like.
I mean, is he a Hall of Famer?
Well, one Super. I think.
Is he a team? Is he a team player? I guess I'm asking. Is he a team player? Is he a team player with all his shenanigans?
He's not a team player. Everybody hates him. So
right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And what coach wants to deal with them coming in? His coach dealt with them. Okay, you're gonna make me good. We're the first seed, whatever. That builds the coach's resume. But can you imagine what a pain in the ass he was to deal with?
Who's the next Tampa for Aaron Rodgers? That's
what I'm thinking. It's
where's he gonna?
That.
Yeah.
So
he needs to walk into a situation that has a chance, and he wants to get paid one more time. I'm sure.
Maybe Miami. I'm sorry.
It's been talked about.
Maybe Miami. Miami's got some good receivers, and they got Waddle and all that kind of stuff, and.
We'll talk about the Miami situation out around the league because there's a lot of rumors going on, which are interesting. Sure.
And speaking of South Florida, we'll go over to the Rams at Tampa Bay, which was the Sunday early game.
How many people lost money this weekend betting on the favorites? I wish I knew that.
Yeah,
it's another
3 out of 4 upsets.
Close game. What the hell's going on this week?
Yeah, and this came down to a field goal.
Really?
Field goal is time expired.
If you did not watch football this weekend, oh my God. I mean, really, you're losing a part of your life because you're not watching football and how close everything was.
Yeah, this was
so opposite of last week, too. All the blowouts, and this week was just great football. These were the best teams played each other and showed out. That was the fun part about it.
This was like the Bills game. It really was entertaining. I mean, the LA and Tampa Bay. I mean, Tom, I saw basically the Buccaneers losing everything. I mean, it started out awful. Then they came back. And it's just like,
well, that's Brady. But that's Brady, though. Don't give Brady a chance.
That's what I thought too.
Don't give Brady a chance to do this to you.
They were down like you never freaking saw, and Brady, and then, wow, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna do another thing, man. It's amazing.
And fumbles too, like there was that crucial fumble when it was like Brady got that touchdown, and then there was like the next. I think it was 2 plays after running play fumble, and it was just like, my goodness, they just did not. They didn't keep the ball. They lost the rock like twice, and there was a couple Stafford threw an interception too that was tipped and stuff like that. Like, there was just like crazy interceptions in this game, honestly, and crazy turnovers that you just didn't see coming, and that added to it too, and that really helped because Brady was able to capitalize on those too, those moments there, and it really flipped the game over on its head there in the last half of the fourth quarter was intense.
The first half, I think, the Buccaneers had 3 personal foul penalties. That's 15 yards apiece. That's 45 yards in penalties in a half.
They didn't warn Sapp on that. I mean,
that doesn't happen in a Belichick team. That doesn't happen. That does not happen. My first point, I love Brady getting smacked in the fucking lip. That was fucking awesome. Excuse my French. That was hilarious.
Are we just straight calling Tampa Bay a Belichick team? Is that what we're doing now?
Well, he should be. That's where he was.
I think that just happened.
Now,
but the thing is, the team just feels like it's half Patriots, so now it's just a Belichick team. Since they just took the Belichick style offense, or Josh McDaniel Belichick hybrid offense, and it's just Brady just imported that in his head, just like how America got machinery first installed into America from the head. It just happened down. They just imported that proprietary information from New England to Tampa Bay.
Brady knows how to quarterback. He knows how to read defenses.
Pre-snap movement causes these pre-reads, and the system with Arians resulted in understanding. Basically, it seemed like it was decided at the top of the route that there was 4 different ways the receiver would go from the top of his route, and then that's where you would go to as a quarterback, and it was itself a very complicated offense. Brady wasn't able to pull it off, and that was the major adjustment last year they made.
Well, here's the deal on Brady. Brady's older than most of the coaches that he against. Most of the West Coast coaches are all younger than Brady. So this same thing. I mean, you being younger, is that help you out as far as
you're more athletic? You're more athletic, but you're not smarter.
Exactly. Good point, Jeff.
But that's the coach. Doesn't need to be athletic.
Nope.
I think you're saying other quarterbacks, but
Paul's
point was these guys are younger than Brady, and Brady just has more experience as a whole, and plus he's been there literally
forever.
He doesn't understand the new coaching. That's what I'm saying. He
doesn't need to. Yeah, he doesn't need to.
Okay. All right.
My other point is, what a resurgence for Matt Stafford to get out of fucking Detroit.
Wow.
And go to a real team.
And how genius does the GM look now in LA? Because now it's like, okay, we got rid of our face of the franchise quarterback, traded him off for a different face of the franchise from somewhere else. Did that little one.
Look where Matt Stafford's coming from. I mean, his wife had brain cancer.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and she survived it, and the operation's great, and she's kudos for that. It's just all kinds of stuff on his mind and what's going on. Plus, he managed to do everything he's doing. So I kudos for Stafford. Man, he's doing great. Now,
well, we talked about this months ago. Maybe even last year. You're penalized for being a great college quarterback. You're penalized because you end up going to a crappy team all the time. So you have a good quarterback, but your team sucks. Trevor Lawrence, prime example. Is he ever gonna be a good quarterback? He can be a good quarterback. Is his team ever gonna win?
No,
to be seen, maybe a 3 or 4 year deal, but he might get traded. So when McVay goes, I'm getting rid of Goff. I'm going to go after a first round quarterback and Stafford and bring him in. And now I've got me even though Goff was a decent quarterback, he wasn't Stafford right now. You got to say.
Yep.
Goff was a game manager, is what he was. I mean, when they got to the Super Bowl last time, their primary offensive presence was Todd Gurley.
Right.
When they were in the Super Bowl with Goff.
Right.
When they lost to the Patriots.
Even Carson Wentz being replaced by, who was it, Nick Foles, I think?
Nick Foles, yeah.
Or Nick Foles replaced Wentz, however that went, yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy, though, but yeah.
But now Wentz is back with the Colts and having a decent year. He's not in the playoffs. He's home sitting watching everybody else play right now, too, so.
Foles got the shaft on that. I thought he deserved a starter job when he won the. And then they were like, no, he's just a really good backup, is what they ended up determining with him. And that's really where they've gone with it. And
the Eagles
he's in my mind, he's like the best backup in the league, basically.
Eagles are out right now too, so it doesn't matter.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, let's get over here from Tampa Bay to Kansas City.
Let's pull out the Kleenex. Do we need Kleenex, Paul? Do we need?
1 second. Hold on.
Yeah. Oh, the bill came.
What's Paul pulling out?
Okay. Huh. Sounds like he really is just bailing on the episode here from this point forward. Okay, so Buffalo, I guess we'll just start. Oh, here he's back. Well, at least he doesn't have his penis out.
Sure you're not wearing a bag. Oh, he got his Kleenex. He got his Kleenex. All right.
Well, at least now we know we won't have too much snot and stuff going all over his upper lip.
Oh my God!
Buffalo, third seed at second seed, 36-42, decided in overtime. Touchdown scored by Kansas City on the first drive of overtime off the kickoff. Sudden death at that point. So 36-42 is our final score. The fact that it went into overtime should tell our audience a lot about this game already. The Buffalo Bills, final team of the AFC East, our division that we really cover here, is out of the playoffs. Of course, we're still going to cover the championship round next week, and then 2 weeks after that, the Super Bowl. Even though there's no AFC teams in there. But yes, Buffalo's gone. So I guess we're all kind of sad. Paul, as our Buffalo native here, is probably, hardest one here. Thus, that's why the tissues are out. But I gotta give it credit though. The Buffalo didn't just go down without a fight. There was definitely a fight.
Wow.
Paul, talk it up.
The game was pretty much boring until 2 minutes left to play.
The full fourth quarter was interesting.
You had 3 league changes and whatever in 2 minutes.
Well, I'll bring it to your own Facebook post. Go on.
You had 3 lead. You had 3 lead changes in 2 minutes. Buffalo, it was a shootout in 2 minutes. Basically, it was a shootout in 2 minutes of the game. Literally. And anybody who screwed up or effed up, you lost the game. But Buffalo made it. They made it, and they made it. 4th and 13, they made it. They threw a touchdown and 4th and 13. It was amazing. It was great, and you're jumping out of your seat and screaming and all kind of stuff like that. It's like, wow, wow, wow. And then 2 minutes, Buffalo's on the top, and you got 13 seconds left, and you got to kick off to Kansas City. What the hell? 13 seconds left, you're winning in the game, and you got what the hell?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Paul, I got to tell you, it was so exciting to watch. The whole 25 points in 2 minutes, that was like the most exciting football in like a decade. Like seriously, like the emotional swings. Me and my roommate are watching.
Really?
We're like, but
Really?
we're dropping F bombs and HS bombs like every time there's a pass because it's like, what did we just see? What did we just see again? They
Yeah.
can't do this again. They can't do no. What are we watching
No,
now? Like
I know.
this is like
I know.
it
What
was
the
amazing.
hell?
It was amazing. And we're
was
actually talking about you.
amazing.
I'm like, Paul, oh, Paul's sitting down. Oh, Paul's like jumping on his couch right now. Oh, Paul's sitting back down. Oh, Paul's
Yeah.
It was literally.
'Cause I'm like, what am I watching? Like this game is like gonna be crazy. Like
It was the best quarterback play in a playoff game you've ever seen in your life.
the best. Which I'm gonna propose one question to you.
Okay.
Offense wins Super Bowls, but a score of 42-36. I know the quarterbacks were great, but there was a couple times that defenses on both sides of the ball or both teams didn't do their job.
Yeah, I agree. So I think Leslie Frazier, our defense coordinator, needs to be fired. I swear to God.
We'll take him in the Dolphins.
I know you will, and he will be your coach. So enjoy that. But he number one defense in the NFL. I mean, two plays,
Paul,
number one defense in the NFL. You're screwed. That's what I'm
I
just saying.
also think this. I think both defenses were so exhausted. Like, how do you have like? Did you see the yards each quarterback had?
Well, yeah, over 400 something yards. And
Imagine being a defensive back or a safety and having to chase these. Excuse my French. Chase these motherfuckers all night long around and catching the ball.
Jeff,
You're going to be tired at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
Jeff, I mean, Davis, 4 touchdowns. I swear to God, in the game, playoff history. Not one receiver ever did.
Amazing show. Amazing show. Yep.
It was a crazy game, and you know, I tell you what, if you can cap off a playoff weekend, that's how you do it.
That was awesome. This is why we watch the games, man. That's why we watch the games while we're fans.
Well, that's why the girls don't play, right?
Amazing game. My best part, I don't know if you guys saw the clip, but as soon as Mahomes won the game, he literally ran over to Josh Allen and gave him like the biggest hug. Like, we're going to see you guys next year. We're going to see you guys the year after. We're going to like be around this for a long time, battling each other.
Here's going to make, it's going to make some people happy. I'm just saying that's our New England. So, Casey's our New England. I mean, that's our new dragon we have to slay. But we beat them this year, and we're gonna beat them again.
Here's my one worry about both these quarterbacks running.
No,
I see a lot of I know you say they only get hurt like usually when they're getting sacked, but I've seen a lot of quarterbacks with great careers end up getting wrecked up, being like reckless with their bodies, and it takes one shot, So
I'm telling you, I mean, Josh had 346 throwing and 86 yards rushing. He was number one. He was our number one rushing this year. I mean, this game. So I'm just saying, I just feel bad. We should have won 13 seconds. I don't know what happened and what the crap happened. But
I don't know what. Well, we'll talk about after the around the, or we can talk about it now. I think these playoff rules. I think the overtime rules are bullshit. Honestly.
Well, yeah, and we'll how about we just let's get into around the NFL. However, real quick before we truly do around the NFL, let's a little bit of shouts. We got Lisa here weighing in. She said we got some high level conversation. Started off with Lisa, and then which. I reply hi Lisa, and when she replies back hi, which we then reply back hello, and then the Russians come into the conversation here. Don't know how to pronounce it. I believe it's a Russian with a little bit of intellect with vum.ngo. I assume that's actually a bot, and then yeah, just throwing the bot in there. And then Lisa, thank you, Lisa. She says, I always like to watch your talk show. So I appreciate that, Lisa. Thank you.
If we got Russians, don't invade Afghanistan. Just saying. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's keep some peace. Yeah, let's keep some peace. Watch some football. Keep the aggression on the football field.
Okay. Yeah. Speaking of which, I'm surprised the Russians would even be tuning into it's. Well, it's not. It's a bot, guys. That's the thing. It's not actually. There's no way that's a human. But around the NFL, Lisa's a human. Not. I don't think that Russian YouTube thing was a human. All right. Around the NFL, what do we got? What do we got here? Because we're pretty much going around the NFL as it is, because we're covering the entire divisional round here. But
Paul,
what do we want to say? There's other teams not playing too.
This overtime rule affected you the most. What's your opinion?
I hate it. I like the old overtime. It's fine. First person scores. You should give both teams equal. If you go and score, you don't do equal. Correct. So. I don't like it.
What did you like? Are you talking? What changed with the overtime rule? You mean when they changed it like 10 years ago?
No. I mean,
I don't know what year it changed, but you used to have a chance to get the ball back. Now it's like whoever wins the coin flip.
If you go down and you score
a touchdown,
it's done.
Yeah, no, they've never done it where a touchdown was rebutted. An opening drive touchdown was rebutted. Never been the case. You could go down. If you get a field goal, then there's a rebuttal from the other team. If you go down in the opening drive and it's a touchdown, that's now sudden death at that point, or sudden death is then.
No.
That was never the case, though, where you could where you'd go down, score a touchdown, the other team would rebuttal it. That was never the case.
That was never a rule, really?
That was never the case. Yeah, you always. Always. It used to be, the rule before that was pure sudden death. So you could, but that pissed people off because around 2010, people were just two good chunk plays would then be a field goal, and everybody would likely feel cheated because all it was 2 chunk plays and a field goal, and then that was the end of the game.
Then it's been a dumb rule from day one, then, because
it was worse before, Jeff, is what I'm saying. Now you can't do that. Now a rebuttal happens off of that.
Here's the problem, though. Here's the problem. It only affects you when you're the team who gets scored a touchdown on. At the meantime, you got the NFL Players Association and the owners trying to do the best for the safety of the players so you don't have a game going on forever and ever and ever. I totally get that. I like the college rule to where they're kind of the same thing. Like, let's not injure the players. That's where they start on the 25-yard line, and then it's like touchdown, field goal, whatever. Now you have to go for 2. You're not having the kickoffs. You're not having the collisions. I just think that in a professional sport, both teams should have a chance to be on offense, especially at a game like last night when it was a totally offensive game, to where the one team doesn't even get a chance to get the ball back. That's my opinion. It's circulated all over the place.
Jeff, I agree.
I share the same opinion as every sports network, every biased network there is. They all agree this is a terrible, terrible way to end a playoff game. That's my say on it.
I agree with you, and I agree with you, Jeff. Good point. So, all right, around the NFL.
Well, what do you suppose they do differently, though, Jeff? What is your solution to that? You raise problems. Do you have a solution?
Don't do a kickoff. Start at 25. Give both teams a chance. You score a touchdown. Both teams have to play offense, and both teams have to play defense.
Okay. I see.
There's not a kickoff. You put the ball on the 25-yard line. You get a chance for a first down. Actually, you get a chance for 2 first downs and then a touchdown. It makes you play defense. Okay, your team scored a touchdown. Great, you're happy. Now put your defense out there. Either hold them or don't hold them. If you get a field goal, now hold them, and they might score a touchdown. It might make a longer game, and I understand the aspect. But a coin flip on what you call heads or tails is totally not fair, because you're making that at that point a one-dimensional game when you've got two high offensive teams whose defenses are both tired. Make both aspects of both teams play out the game.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree. I see your point here. You're taking out, because it's an old school mentality. That's the old school thing, that it's tradition that a coin flip then happens for overtime. It's been that way for all of football for a long, long time. But you're saying there's just too much into it now. It's too high of a level. The offenses are too good for the old coin flip to really feel valid anymore.
But the coin flip does still mean something.
Of course.
What should it mean? Because you're taking the coin flip out of the occasion.
You still do a coin flip. You win the coin flip. You decide if you want to play defense or offense. Just like now.
But it doesn't really affect things, because you'll have the equal opportunities on both sides.
Right. But if you win the coin flip and go down and kick a field goal because you didn't get a touchdown, but at least you had a chance to get the ball. Now you have to play defense to stop the other team, or make them have a field goal. At least give the other team's offense a chance to get on the field and play against your defense. We've talked about this. We've talked about this all season. Paul brought it up tonight. Do you need a quarterback to win? Yes, you do. But do you need a kicker? Yes, you do. Do you need a defensive lineman? Do you need a tackle? Do you need a running back? It's a team freaking game. When you only say, okay, here's the game on a coin flip, it's your offense versus our defense. You score a touchdown, it's over. You know what I'm saying? It's just even the umpire last night, or the the referee, he said, "Okay, we're starting a brand new game." It seriously is a brand new game. You're tied up, and all you're saying is, this team won the coin toss. They get the ball. They score a touchdown. It's done. So you're doing is putting one offensive team against a defensive team, and never giving the other team a chance to even do anything. I think it's just a BS rule.
You see what you're saying? Half of the active players on the roster on that field
aren't even involved.
We're not involved with that. One full defense, one full offense. I see what you're saying. Okay.
I think especially I don't know who the owner of the Buffalo Bills is, but they're having the owners meeting in Palm Beach. I think I sent you that schedule, Perry, earlier today.
The Breakers.
They're going to be at the Breakers. And who's your owner, Paul? I'm sure he's going to be like, we were in politics. I think his proposal is going to be, can we fix this overtime system? Because it's just not fair. It's just honestly not fair. I'm not biased to any team. I just don't think it's a good way to end the game. That's just my opinion.
Yep.
So what more do we have around the NFL? I think we
have coach changes. We have our assistant coaches basically going to other teams. It's sort of big right now. I mean, there's a coaching option in Miami right now. There's a vacancy. Jeff, who do you think is going to go be your coach?
Who do I want, or who do I think?
Who do you think?
I think it might be Dable, or I think Harbaugh still has a chance.
All right. Dable's interviewing with the Giants tomorrow with their new general manager of operations is the Buffalo Bills assistant right now.
Oh, he already got hired?
He got hired, and now Brian Dable's interviewing for his second interview tomorrow.
That was a pretty quick hire. You guys didn't even lose the game last night till
new
not
rules,
even 12 hours ago.
New rules, you're allowed to go and interview. So,
okay, gotcha.
His second interview now at the Giants. So my guess is Brian Dable and the general manager from Buffalo is that tandem right there. So I think that's where that's going. So
you think Miami's getting Dable?
Yeah. No. Brian.
Oh, you think the Giants are getting Dable?
Yeah, I think Miami's going to get Frazier.
The problem with Miami is nobody wants this job, apparently.
No, but you have great talent, man. That sucks.
We have great talent, and we have huge cap space. Yeah, we have a ton of cap space.
You have great talent. That's all I'm saying. Leslie Frazier has to be there.
It has to be a coach who's willing to have Tua.
You can't do that.
Or he has to tell the owner, if I'm coming in, I'm picking my quarterback.
You don't have a quarterback, buddy. I'm sorry. You don't.
And they have to pick their own quarterback in the next draft or whatever.
No, exactly.
The new coach of the Dolphins is going to want a freaking say. They're going to want a say. They're going to want more of a say than the GM who's been there for 20 freaking years.
Jeff, there's no quarterback class this year. You know that, right?
No, we're not draft a quarterback, just a free agent or something. Yeah.
There's no quarterbacks available right now coming into next year. I mean, there's no Burrow. There's no Josh Allen. Nobody's good. There's no Lawrence. But I'm just saying there's nobody good right now. So you want to just like sit a year. I'm just saying. And you're going to sit a year. And you have to probably deal with Tua. But I'm just saying, to Miami Dolphins to be better, you need a Josh Allen, you need a Burrow, you need to have a franchise quarterback. You don't have one, and it's not one coming up next year.
Well, any coach who comes here is going to want authority, and that's it. Bottom line. Give me authority. They're going to be like a Bill Parcells personality. I'm not coming here unless I have a say in the way things go.
Okay. I'm just telling you. I wish you the best.
Jim Harbaugh, I think, might get that because he's friends with Stephen Ross.
You should hire back Fitzpatrick. I swear to God. I know you should. Fitzy's great. You need Fitzy. You need the beard. You need a 9 kid. He has got 9 kids. Who has 9 kids? Really? 9 kids. Okay.
Yeah, usually they're in a cult, but no, it's just Fitz magic.
Well, yeah. I look forward to after
that
the
must
Super
just
Bowl.
be the Fitz magic touch.
I look forward to after the Super Bowl doing a season wrap up on who you guys all have available and free agents and who you're going to keep and who you're going to let go and who you're going to franchise tag. And we got the same decisions to make. It'll be a fun conversation because we got to let some people go that are just baggage. And we got to hire some guys and keep some guys that actually did a good job. No name throwing, but Gesicki has to come back.
Yeah.
I'll say the Patriots mostly just need to stick with what they got, I think, for the most part. But what they really needed is a number 1 wide receiver. That's where they're hurting. Also, you got the J.C. Jackson conversation, some questions in the secondary. So there's some of that there, too. So that's my little insight towards what I'll end up saying.
All right. What's our picks for next week?
Well, yeah, and I think that's so we'll start off with our first game. So there's only 2 games to cover. We're in the championships next week. AFC Conference Championship is Cincinnati 4 seed at Kansas City 2 seed Sunday. This upcoming Sunday, the 30th, at 3:05 p.m. -5 GMT, and that game will be on CBS. So what do we have here? I favor Kansas City because they're just a whole other aerial attack that they weren't having to experience throughout this playoffs to get to where they're at. I think Cincinnati has been great, but I think the gimmick of Cincinnati, I think they can only motivate through so much. I think if the Bills had the number 1 defense, remember that talk, Paul? If they number 1 defense can't defend it, who can? I actually questioned Kansas City to be a Super Bowl. I think I kind of see them as a potential Super Bowl winner here. I don't see Kansas City. I just don't foresee Kansas City pulling that off. And I've said that basically about Kansas City this entire playoffs. With the exception of the Raiders game, I was a little more in favor of them there. They were home and such. But last week I didn't see it happening. So I guess if they pull off another upset, I'll say, well, fuck me. I guess they're just going to run the table without my say-so really having any impact. So,
well, I'm telling you this. What they did in 13 seconds makes me believe in Kansas City. I did. I mean, we won the game. We won the game flat out on magic. We won.
That's where you go. True, you did win that game.
Buffalo won magic, but in 13 seconds they lost their freaking ass. I can't believe it.
So is that where you say that? And that's where you say like, oh, gee, true, great. This is what makes the difference between.
Dude, we're talking Gandalf. Okay.
Yeah. Well, this is the difference between.
We're talking Gandalf magic. We're really.
An elite quarterback can run the clock out before they score that touchdown. You actually run the clock down.
I'm telling you, it was magic, and we were defiled. That's all.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's like a bad hooker in Taiwan. Okay, it's just like we were defiled. It was terrible. So anyway, yeah, I think they got that magic going, and it's.
Do you think it was their home field advantage?
I think they sold their souls to get that 13 seconds. Really, I do. They sold their souls, and they're all going to hell. But okay,
is that why Andy Reid's face is so red all the time?
Did you notice that too?
I think they're all going to die.
It's always been. Too? I think he just drinks or something. High blood pressure.
They sold their souls to win that game. And 13 seconds. 13 seconds! That's on my gravestone, by the way. 13 seconds.
13. Yeah.
That's sort of like me and my wife in bed. But anyway.
Woo!
Anyway. All right.
That's the thing. He said that one, then he didn't have any line to work off of it.
Yeah.
So now we're just hanging in that awkwardness. Yes. So what more do people have to say?
Well, I've got this pulled up. But going back to your game, was the overtime rules fair or not? This is from a writer on the NFL thing. The Bills needed a squib kick 13 seconds to go. Take time off the clock and limit Holmes to one play from scrimmage. It's elementary, and a little defense would have been nice. There are 3 phases of football, all apply, and there's coaching. The Bills didn't get screwed by the overtime rules. They made their own bed. Now, would I like to see a tweakage in the overtime format? Sure.
Okay.
I kind of thought they were going to squib kick it, actually. I thought they were.
I think that's all like hindsight's 20/20, but like, who was expecting that? I don't think you can blame the Bills coaching staff on that.
No, it's Monday morning quarterback. What? Yes or no? Left or right? That's how it goes.
That was so totally. That article is totally like in hindsight. After the fact, they say they would have.
Right.
Even you are guilty of it. Well, I thought they would have squib kicked if I was there. I would squib kick.
Well, here was his.
If Jeff Carey was the coach,
here was his.
The Bills would be.
His suggestion was, instead of a coin flip, home team gets the ball first if you go to overtime. That way you've earned the right to have the ball first in overtime.
And so Kansas City was still at the ball first, and they still would have. Yeah, okay. So same results of the game.
Well, that's why you play this season, to get your seeding and your home field advantage and your bye weeks and your.
That was actually the biggest beef and why they changed the rules too. Is home fields were really pissed when they just did 2 chunk plays and a field goal to win it there in those situations. But so they did try to address it at one point. I'll say that. But so with this game, what are our picks? What do we see as a score here for Cincinnati at Kansas City here?
What's the spread on this? About 10?
Has anybody looked up Vegas stuff? I'm not a Vegas guy. I'm not really a gambling man. Paul is our gambling man.
Okay.
All right. Hit him there.
It's 7.5. So, what do you think?
Did you just whip that out of your ass, or do you actually know that?
That's because of home field
out
advantage,
of his
probably.
Ass. So, okay. Yeah. So,
but yeah, it's a 4 versus a 1 seed. So really,
it's 7.5. So we'll just do. Now it makes me put into question the whole season's like fucking point spreads we've been having. So we got Cincinnati at Kansas City. We got so we're gonna do what I actually
I guarantee you it's 7.5. Really?
All right. I think that's probably close.
Yeah. So
odds of
really check now, right now, and it's 7.5. I guarantee it. Do it.
It's
Look.
probably not even out. It's probably not even out yet, honestly.
Look on your phone. 7.5. No, it's out.
well,
It probably says
I guess -7.
KC to win.
It's 7.5.
KC -7.
Yep. 7.5.
Who wants to pick this first? Tell me who you want to win and who's going to win.
We hate.
I actually want. I'll say I want Cincinnati to win this because I feel like they kind of have that whole. I want to say deserve to win. They have the Cincinnati doesn't. My whole life.
I'm looking at the line right now. You guys suck.
My whole lifetime, Cincinnati has been fantastic. Has been awful. Basically, that's what I said. Fantastic. I like the new uniforms, by the way, they brought in this year, where they got rid of that shoulder stripe. The shoulder thing was always throwing me off the last 10 years. I didn't like their shoulder. They had like this stripe on their shoulders. I didn't like it, really. It just looked old. And so I like that they got rid of that this season, and it's like they entered into a new era with Joe Burrow. But this era with Joe Burrow is one that it's not just with Joe Burrow, it's a team as a whole that they've actually put together now that can play. And it's nice to see out of Cincinnati. Cincinnati's just never had a franchise of any kind, really, in all four of the major sports, where Cincinnati did well. Maybe in the NHL, but past that, no.
You guys suck. It's 7.5.
Good for you.
I'm going to Vegas. It's 7.5.
There you go. Well, there. So
touchdown.
The guru. I am the football god because I'm the football god.
All right, Paul. Who's gonna win? Who you betting on if you have Monopoly money?
I'm with KC, of course. I'm not an idiot.
I mean, who do you want to win? Who do you want to win?
Oh, I want KC to go and beg for their mothers right now.
There you go.
I mean, I feel that bad, you know.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
I want to eat them, and I want to be San Francisco and Bengals playing in the Super Bowl. And I want what? Who to do a halftime show? I want Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg's gonna hop. You know, it's gonna be good. Halftime show.
I'm waiting for Martha Stewart to come out. I think that's gonna be a special guest. Martha Stewart.
I want Cincinnati to win. I want Joe Burrow to win. At least go to the Super Bowl. Second year quarterback. Came out the same time Tua did. Not to prove the Dolphin fans wrong, because that's not my point. My point is it was a decent class. The guy got hurt last year. He worked his ass off. But I'm just tired of seeing Mahomes always in the freaking going there all the time. Because I like losers. I don't like winners. Like, I hate the Patriots for a reason because they win all the time. I hate Brady because he wins all the time. I want to see some new blood in the NFL. It might be some shitty ratings if it is the Cincinnati Bengals and the 49ers. But I do want to see Burrow win it. I'm going for Burrow.
Jeff.
But I'm calling this a close game. I'm calling this a field goal game. I'm not calling it 7.5. So if I was a betting man, I would actually put my money on Cincinnati to cover the spread.
Are we going to see the Cleveland quarterback any more insurance commercials?
Oh, Baker Mayfield, do you think that's over? Depends on how long that contract's over.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's probably already contract. Now, are we going to see some Joe Burrow commercials next year?
Maybe
like we see Mahomes. Like we see Mahomes. Are we going to see Garoppolo commercials next year?
Yeah, you think there already would be those?
Josh Allen.
Where's his commercials?
He played.
He's got Josh.
He outplayed Mahomes today. Josh Allen did. He did in a big way. He had more touchdowns, more everything else. Bigger quarterback. Whatever rating.
Your kicker should have squibbed. Your coach should have called for the squib kick. The squib kick.
He's not getting the love.
13 seconds and a squib kick. That's what you should have done.
Well, we didn't do it. So anyway,
I'm gonna actually.
But you're not gonna fire. But you're not gonna fire your coach.
No, coach is awesome.
Yeah.
Coach, no, spilt milk. Oh well.
So guys, I'm bringing this up now. Josh Allen has these Josh Jacks. I pointed this out on our Facebook page, where it's the cereal. It's just he's got some deal with the cereal company. They put out a few different of these sort of sports player affiliated cereals, and anyway, I found it kind of interesting that there really is, as far as where's his ads go, he's got the cereals. It's like 2 different box types.
I still have Flutie Flakes.
Flutie Flakes.
Flutie Flakes.
Okay.
Which is
yeah, good time. So anyway,
That money,
there is a Josh.
That money actually went to his son to the Autism Foundation. That's why he came out with the Fruity Flakes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was a charity thing, kind of like the Paul Newman's food.
Yep.
Celebrity charity food. All right. Well, with that notion, anyway, scores though on this one, I'm actually foreseeing 21-41, Kansas City.
Wow.
I think their offense is that explosive. Do you see the way Andy Reid just recruits these speed demon types? I mean, there's guys that I didn't even see last year that were just doing this stuff where as soon as they get around the corner, they're up the field 15 yards. It's ridiculous, the speed out of Kansas City.
Tyreek Hill's amazing. Fastest
guy in the league. But they don't even need Hill. Hill distracts 2 of them. Kelsey takes 2 of them, and then they go to some third guy that's just as fast as Hill, basically, by the time he gets to the outside. It just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter what you do. Number 1 defense in the NFL for the whole regular season with the Bills, and they just, push right through them. So, yeah, it's ridiculous. So that's why I say 41 Kansas City, 21 Cincinnati. They put up 19... Part of how I get to 21 is that they had 19 against Tennessee last week. I foresee them being able to put up approximately as much. So 21, that's a close number that's likely to be scored to 19.
I say KC 24-10.
Okay.
Already 53-point win. I think it's going to be like 31-28.
Okay. All right, moving on. We got San Francisco 6th seed at the surprising one at Los Angeles Rams. The 4th seed is our championship game. Weird to see the seed so low in a championship game. Sunday the 30th here at 6:40 p.m. Eastern time. That'll be the late game, -5 GMT. That one will be on Fox. So what do we have here? I think it's interesting. So one interesting thing that I first see here is that last year game was Super Bowl was in Tampa Bay. This year Super Bowl's in Los Angeles. Now Los Angeles is their plant. The NFC Championship game is in the same location the Super Bowl will be in, and that's kind of interesting to me. Just like what we had going on last year, NFC Championship game, same place as the Super Bowl was going to be. So it's craziness. That this is happening 2 years in a row when it never happened in 30 or in the history of the NFL before. This hasn't happened. But then in San Francisco, they are also a scrappy unit to get there, being the 6th seed, beating out, as we covered before, beating out Green Bay in the tundra of Lambeau Field to get here. So they deserve to be here. You see that 6th seed, and they definitely work their way to get here. The Rams as well in the 4th seed. It's kind of a crapshoot for me to call it. They have 2 great defensive lines, too. I mean, the story of both these teams, that how they got here, I think a lot rests on their defensive line, as well as some special teams magic, too, that kind of both teams have had to get here. Especially San Francisco. My goodness, the special teams magic they pulled off in Green Bay. So, well-rounded teams. What do we think?
Well, I think, really, well, it's L.A. You know that. L.A.'s on a course of destiny, and they've beaten all the odds. Really, to get to where they're at. And San Francisco's got Garoppolo. He's got Garoppolo, which is horrible. So Garoppolo's not the dude, man. He's still dating porno chicks and stuff like that, and I think it's L.A. and it's going to match like last year as far as the Tampa Bay in home stadium. I mean, it is, and basically LA's got it.
I think it's the better story. Because since they moved the Rams from St. Louis and San Diego to LA,
better story, porno chicks. So,
my goodness,
you don't like porno chicks?
Oh, I love them, but here's the thing, though. I just it's just like Garoppolo. It's my thing is it's just like I can't remember who it is. I'll have to look that up. I'll say here real quick, because I'm thinking she just did like one shoot for one Playboy spread, and it's like barely a porno chick, is what more of a model type.
No, well, never mind. You don't travel where I travel, so I know. Anyway,
yeah, we have moving video where I travel.
All right.
Make some pictures. I've got some stats. I've got some information here if y'all want to hear it.
Jets are porno chief. Okay. All right.
Stafford, 13 years in a trade for the Lions to get to his first playoff win. 13 years he was with the Lions. Now he's in like the conference championship.
He's a great quarterback.
13 years of BS. Now he's. It's like you're B. All right. It's like a terrible marriage, and then like you get like the 23-year-old that like comes and rocks your world. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I love 23-year-olds. That's fantastic, buddy. All right, good analogy. Just saying. All right. So, okay, we're done.
Well, I'm looking out. Being a bad what? Being bad tipper. Okay. Oh, I guess he's gotten flack from. He was with some. So he was with a Playboy model. He's not now. I guess he's back to being totally single. But a lot of it is they've basically. I'll give you the gossip. There is that he's a bad tipper. For anyway, the big thing is that she has on him is a bad tipper, and that's that. And they aren't together anymore, though, is what I'll say there. That's my.
San Francisco's losing. I'm just saying.
Yeah, okay. The Rams got this. The Rams going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's it.
They're going to be playing at home for the 2 years in a row. It's going to happen, which never happened before since last year. Which is crazy in the year. This is what's this 56 or something? Like that's crazy.
Yeah. So here's the other detail too. I see that the San Francisco is a strong defensive line with Nick Bosa, but I think that you have an Armstead and these guys. I think you have a way better defensive line with Darnold and the rest of them, and I know I just totally went right past a few players, but my point being is, the guy Von Miller. That's who I'm thinking. Von Miller, yep. And that's who I really wanted to say. They have the combination of Von Miller and Aaron Donald that's just dynamite on the defensive line. Have both those guys on one line. And Darnold's totally prime, so he's just completely. Madden, he's got a 99 rating. It's insanity. So it's I think we are looking at a better Rams team. I see their offense is a little better too. You got Stafford, like you said. Stafford is a little better than Garoppolo, I feel. And then you just have like Cooper Kupp is doing really well. You just have a little more kind of. Kupp's amazing.
Kupp's amazing. If he's not top 5 MVP, something's wrong with the voting.
Yeah.
I got
you on that. So.
And then you got Sony. He's won a Super Bowl. He won a Super Bowl against the Rams, with the Patriots actually. So now he's up there on the Rams this year. So they let him go this past. It was like in the preseason, Pats let him go. So so I like to see that though. You got a Patriots guy came up with the Patriots
with
there.
Brady losing and Rodgers losing, who gets the MVP now?
Two top seeds. Really, well, they're really Brady and Rodgers losing. You're right, Jeff. I mean, good point.
I think Josh Allen, honestly.
What you saw,
Allen or Mahomes. Allen or Mahomes. I mean,
Mahomes. I'm with you on that. Just like the voting's already done, though. I think. Don't you guys think?
And I don't think they should do that. Honestly, I think they should wait till the season's done to.
Yeah, I know.
Actually, pick.
Yeah, well, because it's supposed to be based on the regular season, and the postseason is not supposed to. From my understanding, the postseason is not supposed to factor into the MVP voting.
Did you guys?
It's the same. It's the same with the All Pro game, the Pro Bowl game. Like
Jeff, shut, Jeff. Did you see Josh Allen's 2 games? Last 2 games, 4 touchdowns.
I know.
80 yards in both games.
Nine touchdowns in 2 games.
Yeah. I mean, crazy shit. I'm sorry. Excuse my language. But I'm just saying, who does that? And
yeah, I get you.
Really.
And I would make the case, too, that the playoffs have its own sets of accolades, like Super Bowl MVP, things of that nature, that are separate than the regular season accolades, the MVP for the season, things like that. That's my case I would make, is that there are actually separate accolades out there that we have.
But here's my against that. Great players play great in big games.
Well, tell me the past 2 games weren't great games for Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, we lost, but I don't feel bad. How about that?
Rodgers lost too. Rodgers lost too, and Brady lost too.
No, didn't lose like we lost. I'm just saying.
And my other point to
that we lost because we played great.
My other point to that is
shit happened.
Your schedule. If you have a weak ass schedule, and you can blow up numbers on people, and then you get to the playoffs and you lose. What did those numbers in the regular season really mean?
Yeah, but that's why you don't get the playoff accolades, though. That's my case. Is that and you say the best players win the big games. Well, that's why the best players get the big game accolades. The NFC Championship, the Super Bowl championship, the AFC championship, stuff like that.
Dudes, I don't feel bad about this past week because magic happened and bad shit happened, and I just feel that you can't get more entertained by football than you saw this week. I mean, it was amazing, and it happened. Left or right, flip the coin, whatever. But I'm just saying it was really good football, and that's what we really want to see. And I'm looking forward to next week. I'm looking forward to the games. That's good. That's what we're about.
I know we're gonna watch the games next week.
Yeah.
I would love to see the viewership on the San Francisco and Rams game because it's all West Coast. It is 6:40 Eastern time, which will be awake. But are enough other football fans across the country really going to care about 2 California teams playing?
No, there's going to be a lot of high ratings because that's a big market, buddy. It's all
do you think the Super Bowl, what's the rating going to be on that? Because
there's a big market.
Well, there's no way it's the Super Bowl won't be pure California because the AFC games are both Cincinnati and Kansas City, so you're going to have a non-California team there.
Right. I mean, what the Rams have gotten a following now. The 49ers have always had a following. I'm just saying, does the rest of America care now
about this game, this one game? Okay, right. You started bringing the Super Bowl, and I'm like, I don't think it really works for the argument to the Super Bowl, but it does work here because it's this game here. I think it's the AFC Championship. I just don't think it's going to matter that it's pure California because it's almost like 2 different states. Northern California and Southern California are 2 different states, basically.
Right.
Just saying. But plus also, like, we get into things like the Subway Series, for instance, as a country, into things like Mets and Yankees World Series.
Yeah.
So, things like that. So I don't see this as a problem. I think it's kind of almost adds some interest there. It's Northern California versus Southern California. I think it's interesting. I do. Let's pick the scores here real quick, though. We're hour 15 in, so let's get the scores done here. I'm thinking San Francisco 14-21 Rams. Anybody else?
Some numbers there, Paul. I think it's gonna be a game like this weekend's games. I think it's going down to a field goal or overtime, and it's going to be a 3-point game. I'm going like 24-21 Rams.
I'm going to go, I don't know, 31-10, San Francisco.
Okay. Why do you think San Francisco is going to pull it off, Paul?
Because they're badass and they're on a destiny.
Okay. All right. Well, this has been the AFC East by NAFCo.
Have you been watching Cooper Cup all season?
Dude. Right.
Have you been watching Darnold all season?
I've been watching Barney and I don't know, whatever.
I just want to call out why I'm not.
Love the SpongeBob.
I have my Dolphin stuff up because I'm always a Dolphin fan. Right. But Paul, you being a hockey fan, you know what this is?
Yeah, I know what this is. Hold on a second.
Florida Panthers, baby.
Oh, we got some insight into Paul's new apartment here.
You there? I pulled my.
Yeah, his headset just went flying. Can you plug your headset back in?
Yeah, there you go.
Sabres.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got some hockey stuff.
Florida, the actual Florida Panthers, not the Lauderdale Panthers. The Florida Panthers are number one in the division right now over Tampa Bay by 1 game. So even though I said maybe last year I wasn't really a hockey fan, I told you I did have a sweatshirt, and I've had this for a long time. And baseball season is around the corner, coming up in March, and the Marlins might actually break 500 this year. Let's hope for that. I'm all South Florida.
Yeah, you gotta plug your headset back in, bud. No, you sound like you're a mile away. Oh, is your microphone flipped up? That's probably what's doing it. Yeah, that's what's doing it. So, okay.
All right.
Yeah, perfect. So, okay, so I've never actually been to an NHL game myself. I actually usually used to go to I used to go to the New Hampshire the Manchester Monarchs out of Manchester, New Hampshire. But they're NHL affiliated. They are like the AHL, so like minor league team to the Los Angeles Kings. So they are like the farm team to the Los Angeles Kings. So that's associated.
You and I are doing a road trip to the Pittsburgh Buffalo game.
Okay, sure. Yeah, it's that time of year we're coming into where hockey and basketball are the only thing. And Pittsburgh, Western PA has no NBA team, so we're stuck with the Penguins for a few months. There is the only thing in Western PA for pro sports, really. But this has been the AFC East by NAFCo. We'll be back next week, Monday, the 31st of January, about the end of January there. It's Monday night, 7:30 p.m. We'll be back, same place, same time. And we check out AFCEast.org. That's our new website. Pretty happy to have it. If you haven't checked it out last week, check it out this week, or check it again, I guess. I don't mind more clicks. So then also we got West PA Systems. You can see them at westpasystems.com. They're a 21st century electrical build contractor, as well as check out perryfilm.com. That's my personal site, and NAFCo.org. That's their parent organization. And thank you, Jeff, for becoming an official member of NAFCo now. I appreciate that.
Let me make a call out to I'm gonna call out to my buddy Fred, who boosted our numbers last week. Fred, appreciate you, bud. Keep up the good work. Go Dolphins Nation, and let's keep on building it. Maybe you could be a guest host one day with us and give some insight or something. Cool. And find us a Jets fan. That'd be cool too.
Yeah. And also thanks Lisa for pitching in on our feed here, as well as Mr. Oh, okay, the bot. And and Paul, do you have anybody? No. Okay. Anyway, thank you very much for tuning in. Peace out.